All right, looks like we're actually live. I think that one's mine. I don't know if anybody's in here. Hey, Ashley, how are you?
Oh, Ashley. Hey, Ashley.
I'm waiting for Sarah to come outside and we'll get chatting here. But you guys should know these two.
Yeah.
If you don't, you need to be watching. It's Alaska Cut the Cord. Adam and Phyllis Jenkins.
Yeah. Alone's not going to make it tonight.
No, we got an email from Alone. She's not going to. I just killed that poor D-fly. I squished on my beer can.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, there's Matt. Oop.
Hey, Matt.
My phone just caught up on here.
Oh.
So we got Matt here. We got Ashley here. We only got 2 viewers. How come my phone isn't registering as a viewer?
Canadian Family Life. Hi.
This is pretty much happy hour with
Oh,
Alaska Cut the Cord and Curmudgeon.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll see. I have it on live chat, not the actual newest chat. That's why.
Okay.
Hello, Ira and Clint.
Yeah. Canadian Family Life.
Okay.
Let me switch this so it does live chat here. We're using our phones to monitor the chat, so don't go too fast.
Right.
Now they're popping up.
Yep.
She's making herself. That's right. We can fix his ass.
So, Matt, in AK, when is your timeline for coming up here?
And can you guys hear us okay? Let me know. Otherwise, I can go get the mic.
Yeah, the sun is back.
Right. It got warm up here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is currently 75 and it feels about 90. We got a
And
lot
it's
of sun.
humid.
Yeah, it is
It's-
kind of humid because we've had a lot of rain.
It's 100% warmer than Willow.
Yeah.
You guys having any flooding out there? We are in Willow for sure.
Matt said it. I bumped it and it started buffering. No, it's probably the Starlink. It's only I can think. A friend of mine was doing a little research on the Starlink up here, and at certain times of day, we only have one satellite over us, so it gets kind of bad. But a lot of times we have 2 or 3. But at this time of day, we're down to 1. So I might wind up changing the time and day for the live streams. I know you guys, when I put out the community post about that, you guys said, yeah. So we'll try to figure out a different day.
So it looks like Matt says he hopes
Yeah, bug. I
he
caught him in
hopes
my
to
hand, but
be
my
up
phone was there.
here by
It is
August
happy
6th.
hour.
So he might be up here in time for the
The Ronde.
The Ronde.
Oh.
Yeah.
He says it's 95 here today. Heat index 110. I'll pass on that. That's why I left Florida.
Yeah.
That's
all.
Is that where
Dude.
Clint is? Is in
no,
Florida?
he's in Utah, right?
Oh.
Oh, Clint's Texas. He's in East Texas.
It's probably even hotter there.
Yeah.
So Matt's trying to make it to the Roundy.
Nice.
So yours is updating quicker than mine. Bad phone. Oh, I know why. I'm not hooked up to the internet. Running out the phone. Give me 1 second, guys. Well, you can talk. If you guys have any questions, anything like that, feel free to ask. There's our cabin in the woods. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here.
Heck yeah. Heat index of 59. Is that even a
I-
heat index?
That's
I
a
don't
cool
think
index.
That's more like a wind chill of 59, isn't it?
No.
So Ed's out on the water still.
Oh,
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's
So
good.
how far is Ed from you?
Ed, I believe you're what about? I think you did the math, and I did find your place. I think you're what about 9 miles from us here, Ed?
Oh.
Oh, that's not too far.
No, it's not too
No.
bad, but I mean, no trails getting there.
No. No, not at all. Not yet.
Yet.
Here comes Miss Sarah.
Hi, Seashell.
Over the
Hey,
How are
Seashell.
you?
Hey, Seashell. Sorry.
10.5 miles.
I'm making
10.5 miles? Okay.
Yep.
I'm glad somebody's phone's updating because mine's not. It doesn't want to
So
connect to
that'd
the
be
internet. I'm throwing her away.
that'd be a good walk from here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
to
gonna,
where?
it's gonna take about 3 weeks with all
To
the brush
Yeah.
to
Oh.
edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
any more moose or other critters?
No, not in the last few days. Well, I've been in town since yesterday, but we haven't seen anything coming back up. We were hoping we're gonna see some bears, but that didn't happen.
We saw some swans on the train.
Oh, you did see the swans?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Usually Mary
Up there.
announces it, but we didn't see it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, she had all the other people.
Well, usually that's part of her spiel.
No.
So
Holy cow, it's hot.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
hot.
we might want to go back inside.
Right. We might indeed. It is really hot.
Actually, what do you think of the upper deck?
Yeah,
There's no chairs up there, though.
We'd be shaded then.
Can you
Yeah.
be an Alaskan if you don't like sourdough? Everybody likes sourdough.
Yeah. Who said that?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, guys, hang on with us for a minute. We're going to take you upstairs to the upper deck. If you guys want to grab chairs, I'll grab this.
I'll bring my drink.
So you want to grab the door?
Yeah.
It's a little more shaded up there, so you guys will be able to see us a little better. Hopefully, we don't lose internet when we go up there. We haven't tried from up there yet.
It's the floor is.
It's plywood.
Right.
We're going through the house. Hang on.
We'll get one chair for Rob.
I'll come back down and grab it because I got to grab my phone out there. I have my swing too. So, how's the connection, guys? Are we losing you? You guys are getting a tour of the house. Oh yeah, definitely cooler up here. All right. So let me set this right here. Hopefully not. We'll be there. We're just rearranging. Hang on, guys.
Communicate amongst yourselves.
Zeus, inside. Yeah,
He's gonna knock the
come on.
table over.
Well, yeah, I don't want the mat to fall off the second story.
No, jeez.
Almost there. Bear with us. Can you guys hear us okay? Matt says dib on the hammock. The
Yeah,
hammock swing. Grab my phone from downstairs. And did you make me a drink?
I did.
Can you bring it up? We're getting there, guys. Just bear with us. I had to clean the screen. It's dirty. Can't see. Is that alcohol abuse?
No,
Uh-oh.
That's just as bad.
They're getting everything from downstairs, and we'll continue with this. We just didn't realize how hot it was going to be sitting there in the sun. Like I said, it got about 75 degrees today, and it was poor Phyllis. Phyllis was walking up the trail with a sweatshirt on, and it's a mile walk. I felt bad for the girl. We only need 3. I can sit in the swing.
Okay.
No, I got my swing. Just bring my phone. It's underneath my seat. This hammock swing has been on 6 sailboats.
Nice.
Uh-oh. I don't know. Well, there's one here. Put your hand where the chair is. Oh, that way, little case. We get it.
Probably not.
Cock a little bit. There we go. That'll be better. Well, we'll stick Phyllis over there.
Yeah. She's actually more photogenic than I am here. So that's not all bad.
All right. So we got Ira, Cabinet Woods, Clint, Matt. We're just waiting on Sarah to come back up. Is better now, at least? No, Zeus. No. You chucklehead. Get inside. No. No. Zeus is happy to see everybody. He ain't too happy. He's got an interloper on the property right now. Phyllis and Adam brought Blue.
Yes. Yeah, that is Blue's first act. Then he rode the train and he rode the car and
You spoke all the way up.
Here, I'll get it, Phyllis. Here, sit over here.
I spilled more than I drank.
Just don't lean too much to the side. Huh?
Okay. Yes, I do not want to fall off the porch. I did not bring a paper towel.
You got britches
you
on.
got pants.
There you go.
There we go.
Clean
All right.
jeans I have.
You got your phone
Rinse
still,
them off
Phyllis?
and you're good. What?
Phyllis, got your phone?
That way we can
You?
see the comments as they're coming in. AFJ says it's 8 p.m. here. and 82 degrees, 80% humidity. No, thank you.
Ooh.
We think it's too hot here. How hot is it? Do we
He's
know?
in LA. It's 75 when I was looking downstairs, and that's in the shade.
roasting. We've been sitting on the porch to the cabin, and it has been hot.
Oh,
It was
Nice to see someone open carry what you carry.
so
Oh,
you're
and
talking
he
to me?
also
Talking to you.
says,
mm,
aren't you carrying too?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got a 1911 45 ACP. That's what I'm using. It's a Ruger SR 45.
we can see Phyllis's arm alley. That's all.
I turned it.
You don't need any more than that. It's just an
Aw.
arm.
Nice.
Now, you guys usually see me carry my my 1858 or my 1860 Army, which is black powder 44, and it's specially chambered. It's not a regular 44 black powder. Trust me. It's projectile it shoots is heavier than his by far.
We're caught up for now.
Okay. Caught up. All right. Well, we can see. Okay. A little at
Oh
least.
yeah,
mhm.
I just did my thumbs up. So
Hey, there's Brook Trout down in Venice, Florida, my old stomping grounds from where I had my store.
Yay.
Hot and steamy Florida. Yeah, no.
Oh,
Hmm.
Well.
it's hot enough here.
Yeah, and I'm in long sleeves like an idiot
me
still, so
too.
Sarah.
Well, it's mosquitoes.
And they're actually not bad up here.
They're not bad up
They're
here,
not.
which is why we're here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course, I seem to have noticed that whenever I go someplace, the immediate response is, "Oh, there's no mosquitoes here." And you stand there 7 minutes and they're
There they are.
Mhm.
So Matt says I've got my grandpa's 1911, but I don't carry it around anywhere. But you're not in Alaska yet.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
When you get here,
You'll
you
want to
can.
carry it.
The-
Yeah, most
Yeah.
people up here, most people don't conceal up here. It's open carry 99% of the time, even in town.
Yeah.
I mean, one of our, me and Sarah's first experience, actually, you were talking to Jeff and Isabel,
Mhm.
and I went into the local pot shop just to check it out. And there's like 10 people in there, and this young gentleman comes in, and he's looking around, and his eyes like this, and he's freaking out, and he's like, "Everybody's got guns. He's got a gun. He's got a gun." And everybody just looked at him and just kind of went like this.
and
And everybody's
had
got a gun. And he's like, and the one guy says, "Are you from California?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "Go back."
Yeah.
Or
you
get
can
a
Sorry,
handle
if you're
it.
from California, I'm sorry.
or get a grip.
Right.
Somebody from Crossroads from, was it Mineville, Oregon? I can't quite read it.
Minville.
I can't read any of it.
So JR just had some thunderstorms blow through.
Yeah, JR's got a
Hopefully
19.
everything's okay.
Yeah, he's got a Kimber 1911 45 ACP.
Nice. Kimber's a really nice gun. I actually looked last week. I looked at a Kimber in a 10 millimeter. The only thing is, I want a double stack magazine, and I don't think they make one of those. And it was $1,500.
And
And you thought I had
Minor
expensive taste.
details.
yeah, I know you have
Yeah.
expensive taste,
Yeah,
but
might have to wait a couple more weeks for that. But the Kimber is an outstanding
Yeah.
firearm. Yeah, for sure.
I was talking to another friend, as you know, I'm a big black powder guy.
Mhm.
And we were talking about the Kibblers black powder,
Okay.
or the Kilbers. And he kept thinking of saying the Kimber.
No.
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 mm,
And those are really nice black powder 50 cals.
How'd you get?
So our cabin in the woods, where are you located? Because they open carry with no permit.
Quite a few of the states now you can legally do that.
Yeah.
Just open carry.
Yeah,
Colorado, Texas, New Hampshire.
You
those
could
are
even
the
do it in
states.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
most people didn't know about it, so they would get all
They
freaked out and
weird
weird. But
about
it's
it.
actually legal to open carry. You need a
Bye,
conceal and
Ira.
carry permit
right.
to
Yeah.
conceal it.
In
Because that's
in
different.
West
Hi,
Virginia,
Ira.
you needed
Oh, they're in
concealed
Oklahoma.
carry permit, but you. It's really funny to be walking along the beach and have a guy in a bathing suit walking around carrying.
That's gonna give you a really weird tan line, I would think.
Yeah,
Especially if it's one
was-
of the old shoulder holsters.
Oh yeah.
pretty funny looking. But
JR,
he obviously didn't have a concealed carry. Well, there was no place to conceal it anyway.
JR says he has 3 Kimbers.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Ira's taking off for a little bit. Good to see you in here, Ira.
Good
You're
to see
welcome
you.
anytime. She says she'll be back a little later.
Nice.
Is Seashell, what's Seashell saying? Matt's saying something too. You can open
Uh,
carry in Utah too, but you'll still get side eye from most people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even carrying concealed, if it flashes a little bit, everybody looks at you funny.
Mhm.
I have a friend that's retired military in Florida, and he rides one of the bike groups down there, and it's all Leos. And he always had his 9mm on. Every time he'd come in Dunkin' Donuts, take his coat off and put it away. Everybody's like, one of these is putting it back into the back of the bike, into the hard case on the Harley.
Mm.
It was weird. People are just judgmental.
see,
Yeah.
honestly, working at the thrift store, somebody comes in open carry, like good, and I
Yeah,
don't have to
there
worry
you
about that weirdo over there. That's
Right.
Not
yes, that's
carrying.
not
Exactly.
carrying or
Yeah.
maybe
Not showing it.
not- Yeah.
Seashell says, "No worries, LOL. SoCal, but planning on escaping soon. Good girl."
Mhm, come on up.
JR says, 27 states you can carry concealed without permit.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't think you need a permit at all here, do you?
Not
I've never
No,
heard of
not
that.
up here.
No.
I
I'm-
still carry my Wisconsin concealed carry card just
Mm.
in case, but
You don't need it here.
no, I don't think so.
I leave my pistol, which I'm not allowed out of the house without, in the
The bear
bear
boxes.
box.
That's generally where we leave all of our stuff, is down at the bear box.
I don't need it in town.
No.
I need
Yeah.
it for bears. So I had my S hat on from Penn State, and a woman came through with an S hat from Penn State, and we started chatting. And I said, "Oh, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I don't mean to leave quickly, but I've got to go run to the bear box and get my pistol." She said, "Oh, you carry a pistol?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Why?" I said, "Bears." She said, "Oh." And that's it. I mean, there was one on the front porch.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brooke Tarot. We're in
Mhm.
Wisconsin. Where are you from? I lived in Kenosha for 25 years before moving to Florida. Dude, Wisconsin's better than Florida.
Hey. Yeah.
So where were we from Kenosha?
we were Barron County. We were probably about an hour north of Eau Claire, which is about 4.5 hours from Madison. So we were due east of Minneapolis by about 2 hours.
Was it 2 hours?
Well,
Eh.
depending on if I was driving or you were driving.
And it depends
Yes.
on how many Minnesota folks are over. from
Well,
Ohio.
if it's on a Friday, it could be 3-4 hours
Right.
because
Right.
Minnesota moves to Wisconsin every Friday.
Uh-huh.
But
Clint says, Nomi has been talking smack about the chicken coop build. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yes, we know.
Where is Nomi tonight, anyways?
Good question.
But both coops are done, and both
They
coops
are
look
done,
good.
and they have chickens in them.
Yep.
All the coops.
And we'll be
Honestly, I didn't get a chance to watch it because it was this morning and we were getting ready, but the whimsical
It's
so
it works
cute
really
that he
good.
did. Oh,
It
that
is
is
so
It
cute.
looks really
cute.
good.
Yeah, it was cute. It was.
I didn't see it. I was working.
It was a lot of color
did
for
that.
me.
Yeah,
but it's really
he did a
cute.
really,
It
really
was
good
cute,
job on
yeah.
that. And we're going to do a live next Friday to announce the winner on that. So make sure you come back on next
Yes.
Friday.
And ours is much more classic, traditional.
It's
chicken
more
coop.
of a pole barn style design.
Yeah.
And it's also
Board
about
and
3 times the
batten.
size of Nomi's.
Our chickens are bigger, and there are more.
We have a lot more chickens.
Yeah.
And Dave's got some. And by the way, Dave's chickens is something with Dave's or Nomi's chickens. We're going to talk about that on the live next week.
What's
Those
with this chicken?
Tasmanian chickens don't look right, man.
Oh,
Uh,
they look like Florida
Ashley is
chickens.
asking Adam, how is the Rokon bike? Somebody was working on that last night.
I was actually. Phyllis wasn't too happy because I was supposed to be packing for this trip, and I went over to do some more work on the Rokon. Rokon is pretty awesome so far. We did a significant test ride. I actually threw a chain on it, and the biggest issue that I have is the motors that we put in there are geared really, really low. Like first gear is get off the bike and walk next to it. You can't even balance it. It's so slow. So I'm in the process of
God.
re-gearing the upper sprocket, and I want to get it because it does 12 miles an hour wide open in fourth gear.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm trying to get
It's
it to
terrible.
at least 30.
I can go 12 miles an hour on something.
12 miles an hour. I could probably ride a unicycle at 12 miles
Right.
an hour. But otherwise, honestly, they turned out phenomenal. We did some other cool things to them. They have ammo cans on the back, and then we're also installing 2 on the front. And what we found is that the handles on the ammo cans rattled and made so much noise that you couldn't even hear the bike.
Oh, no.
So we actually cut those off, and I paid a friend's daughter to weave some new ones out of paracord. So they're actually useful
quiet.
and they're dead quiet, and they're in the exact shape of the ammo box handle.
Nice.
So, once we get a few more tweaks done, we're going to be taking them out for a much longer ride and getting some drone footage as well.
I'd love to find one that I could rebuild, but there's just, even the ones that are beat up and trashed are still $2-3 grand.
Well, ours, I think I paid like $800 for mine, and Patrick paid $1,000 for his.
You stole that.
Yeah, they were unrunnable.
I'll take an unrunnable one.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what I got here, Adam. You've been walking around the property. You see what's around here. I could build something. I can make a diesel engine one right now.
Yeah, you could put a Chinese
Odd
diesel
parts,
in there.
yeah.
Heck,
Odd parts.
Clint says as long as they keep the chickens in and the critters out, they're both good chicken coops.
Exactly.
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 Not
And we still have one of the little orange did go broody, and
She
she's been on the
did.
nest about a week and a half now. So we got about another 2 to 3 weeks before the babies are
yeah.
hatched. Well, yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it is.
But once those eggs are hatched out, then we'll get her over there. We'll leave the littles over in that coop for a little bit. And then once they get a little larger, we'll put them in the coop. And then you haven't seen the inside yet, but it's 12 foot long. And I want to put a divider wall at the 8 foot mark, so I can put all the feed and stuff in there. So once she's out there, I'll finish that part of it. I mean, it's fully functional now. It's not the design I wanted. I want all the food in the building with them.
We've seen
Yeah,
it,
it's so much
if that
easier,
helps.
especially in winter when the snow is taller than.
The coop.
Yeah.
Matt asked said those Rokons are neat. I've never seen one until Matt's off-road recovery rebuild.
I saw that
One
one
for
too.
their Ed.
Yeah, that was a really cool video. The old guy used that to get out to his gold mine, I think it was in
Ooh.
California.
Really?
Yeah, that, and he
Okay.
had a really odd Toyota Land Cruiser. It was kind of the shape of a Suzuki Samurai that was left out there.
Oh, wow.
And they pulled that out and they restored all that for him. That was a really awesome video.
No, I haven't seen that.
I watched too much YouTube.
Yeah, I see Zeus.
Yeah.
We're looking at Zeus in the windows and she's gold eyeballs looking through the window.
JR, how many people have signed up for the Roundy?
I believe we have 10 right now. I don't have the list in front of me, but those that don't know, the Ronde is on August 12th at the Meadow Lakes Park in Wasilla, Alaska. I think actually it's technically Meadow Lakes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's in a nice section, nice place. It does have restaurants, stuff like that, so hopefully we can get it going good.
The bottom one. Matt. He used that in the little Suzuki at the claim.
At the Gold Camp.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a.
I thought it was a Toyota for some reason, but maybe it
Yeah,
was
it's
a
probably a
Suzuki.
sidekick. Well, it's Samurai.
But it was really, really, really old. It didn't look anything like a Samurai. It was cool. It was. I mean, sorry, not the Samurais aren't.
Hopefully
I
Thaddeus isn't watching this because he's got
I-
Samurai.
I think Samurais are cool. That is what our Phyllis's actual Volkswagen Bug. That is the chassis
That's
that her
the
bug
donor.
sits on.
The donor.
Is a Suzuki Samurai. So
I
I think
didn't
they're
know
really
that.
cool.
Huh.
They're not for shit if you have to go on the highway because they actually peg out at about 50 miles an hour.
Yeah,
But
they get
they
really
were
well.
super reliable and
And they make hell of a rock crawler.
oh yeah,
They make
yeah.
really good rock
It
crawlers.
was a Suzuki LJ20.
Okay, that's probably why I was thinking
Yeah.
it was a Land Cruiser because the LJ, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
FJ. So
Yeah.
yeah, awesome. Thank you, Matt.
There's a lot of those little Samurais down in the Caribbean.
Oh really?
They love them. Well, the speed limits down in the islands are usually between 30 to 45 miles an hour or kilometers an hour.
Yep.
So they're everywhere, and because the parts are easy to find down there.
Oh yeah.
And what they can't find parts for, like in Cuba, they'll take those old like 50s and 60s cars that we had,
Mhm.
and they're putting diesel engines in them.
Yeah.
It's wild.
You could do that here.
I could do that here. I got enough diesel engines laying around.
Diesel engine with a flywheel about that big.
Right. Yeah.
Those that don't.
Exactly, Matt.
What?
Clint's coming up with excuses why he can't make it to the rendezvous.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
it's
know.
4,000 miles away, and Matt was like, "That's what airplanes are."
Yeah,
invented
it's
for."
true.
I mean,
If you were trying to drive a Rokon there, I'd say you're going to have some issues, but they
Right.
have
Yeah.
planes.
start now.
Well,
Yeah.
There are planes.
you know what a tuk-tuk is?
No.
It's a little
Oh.
three-wheeled vehicle. There's a guy driving from the southern tip of Argentina to Alaska on one. It looks like
They're-
what you see in Asia. It's a
Yeah.
little three-wheeled open buggy.
Oh,
He's driving one from the Patagonia all the way to Alaska.
nice.
Really?
It's costing him some serious money on fuel.
Yeah. Well, the guy that we built the Rokons together with, I'd like to ride the Denali Highway and try to get to Dead Horse, but
Mhm.
I'd have to
Yeah.
have a vehicle with a trailer waiting for me there because there's no way I'd ride it back.
Yeah, no, your butt's gonna be hurting. You're gonna be saddle sore.
So, does this make sense to you?
Hmm.
Sorry, Matt. I'm a girl. I don't know this stuff. He says, I'll just drive up this old 78 Trail 90.
Is that a?
It's a
is
Honda
that
Trail.
Honda Trail 90.
I had one. That was actually one of my first bikes.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah,
There's
they'll do about 45.
and there's
That'll take him a day or two.
Take him
It's
a
actually
while.
it's a Trail CT90. They had a CT90 and a CT70. And actually, what was the Honda had a QA50. That was actually my third bike when I was a kid.
I never had
either
a
of
the
those
guy
options
that-
are way faster than the Rokon.
Yes.
I had a speed
Oh,
24-inch
there is a guy
Bicycle.
that rode a
Bicycle.
Honda Trail 90 from Dead Horse
until I got my
Dead
car.
Horse to Patagonia.
Wow!
Nice.
Holy cow!
That's
That's
man, that's got a big cushy seat though. That seat on that's about that wide.
It'd have to be about
It's like
that
riding a
thick,
scooter.
too.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, we had the CT70, CT90s, and we bought that from the we next to us. Training wheels. I bought him this little one. It had training wheels on it, a little dirt bike, pull start. And he goes, he needs something that doesn't have training wheels and he can kickstart. And he said, well, here, give me $50, it's yours.
Oh,
And that's
nice.
that was my first true dirt bike with no training wheels.
Wow.
wow.
A lot of you don't know, my mom is an amazing woman, but she loves bikes. And she's been riding since she was 16. And she always said, I'm not going to teach my son to ride in case he gets mixed in with some biker clubs, stuff like that. Of course, as soon as I learned how to ride a bicycle, I got a bike. And I've been riding well. I actually stopped riding in Florida after watching 5 friends die. So I stopped riding because of that. Up here, if I had the money, I might buy one to ride again. But down in Florida, somebody dies every day down in Florida. As Brooke Trout knows, there's always somebody dying down there.
Yeah, in California too. When I lived in California, it was constant, and it was usually not the biker's fault. It was
Almost
traffic.
Well,
Yeah.
They would merge into the motorcycle,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
what I didn't like about
Absolutely.
riding in California is you could split the lines,
Yeah,
split the lanes, and that's dangerous.
I
I did not like that.
I've got a motorcycle now, and I still wouldn't split lanes.
No.
I mean,
The
'cause-
worst thing in upstate New York was the blue hair, little old lady.
Oh, yeah.
She speaks. But we were riding down a road, US 1, and a little old lady, I could reach out and touch her car without straightening my arm on the back of that bike.
Mhm.
Matt says they got a new version now. It's called the Trail 125. I'll have to look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fun, something for you to get. The other bike I really want to get, I'll get one eventually, is a TW200 Yamaha. I've wanted one of those bikes forever. They're kind of a little fat tire. And you can do 55. You're kind of maxing her out. She probably might lose a little lifespan on that. But they're super reliable little bikes, and they've been around. Yamaha, you know how Yamaha does it. They don't change anything
No.
ever until they quit the product.
Yep.
And those have been around for a long time.
That's kind of how my QA was. It had the tires were only about that big, but they were that wide.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
You know,
that's
and it
kinda
was
cool.
a 3-speed automatic. First time my mom got on that bike, she's used to having a clutch,
Oh, yeah.
and she's
Oh, mash with the brakes.
she come to a screeching halt, then turn a shift.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no, mom, you don't
I've
touch
done
that.
that
That's
in
your
my
brake.
car.
Yeah.
So JR said the dude got to Peru and had to rebuild the engine into
Ooh.
a 110cc.
Mm.
Matt says he'd love to get one. Rode their CT90 around a bit when he was a kid. It was fun. His grandpa was a CHP for 35 years. What is that?
California Highway
Highway
Patrol.
Patrol. Don't you remember Chips?
Oh,
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
Phyllis.
he was a motor cop for a long time until he went down and had to medically retire for a couple years while he healed.
Mm.
That sounds
Yeah,
Ouch.
that sounds good. Bike crashes are usually awful.
Awful.
Even if you don't break something, you lose skin.
oh.
Yeah.
You see the videos of that they
Oh.
do crashing bikes on purpose and how long it takes to remove a shoe
Yeah.
and your jeans and
Oh, yeah.
That when that happened, from elbow to here,
Mhm.
that wide.
Mhm.
I just bought a Yamaha XT YT250. I was doing enduro racing.
yeah.
And I was testing the bike out. I bought it used, and I was going down the old railroad tracks, which they torn up and made it so for bikes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And one of my buddies cut me off on a CR250. I locked the brakes up, and the back brakes blew.
No.
I played Superman through a mud hole. That's why it's. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's right here. It was to here from here, and it's still dirt in there
Mhm.
after
No, yeah.
40 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
every now and then I get a pedal that comes out.
Bob had that for years. The bad one was the last time he took out the
Oh, the BMW. Yeah.
I was almost a widow sooner than I was a widow.
So, Clint can't ride due to a disability, maybe an automatic. They do make conversion kits for
yep.
bikes too.
Yep. Or look into a Can-Am. You know, the spiders.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
a 3-wheeler, but I mean, it gets wind in your hair, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's
I've ridden them. They're
that's
actually
the
pretty
thing.
Mhm.
AFJ, he's got a like new 99 Honda Valkyrie.
nice. Ooh.
Oh,
Hmm.
how many
Nice.
CC?
Is that
That should
Is that one
be-
of the big cushy ones?
Yeah,
that should be
Like
11. Is
a
that
road
1100 AFJ?
I think they even make an 1800, don't they?
I don't know. Yeah, honestly, one of the nicest bikes. I mean, I grew up on Harley.
Mhm.
One of the nicest bikes I've ridden was a V-Star.
Oh, yeah.
Yamaha V-Star. My mom bought a 1400 or 1300, whatever it was, shaft drive.
Mhm.
One of the smoothest riding bikes I've ever ridden in my life. I could sit there, let go of the handlebars, and just go down the road at 60 miles an hour and just lay back and not have to worry about it and balance perfectly. Center of gravity was nice and low.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I like that. I mean, for 6'1", I've got short legs.
Mhm.
You know, I've only got a 32-inch inseam, where most people my height got like a 34 and 36.
right.
I got a long torso, so it's nice to have a low center of gravity.
Mhm.
Clint just gave away a KDX 200.
Oh,
He's 6'5", about 240 pounds,
Oh my.
and that little bike scared me at times.
those KDXs are pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Are they?
Yeah,
It's a two-stroke. It
They've
should be a
got
2-stroke.
the power band is what you got to get used to.
Oh,
When you first ride, I mean, I learned how to ride on a Yamaha YZ80, and I just loved it. But you either need to be in or out of the power band.
Yeah.
Because if you keep going in and out, every time you go in, the front tire's off the ground.
Mm.
It's pretty exciting.
That's what when we were kids.
So
we-
did he give it away and put it on a train to come up here to
no,
you guys?
no, he didn't do it.
that?
He didn't do it. That little dirt bike. Actually, Rokon would be perfect for up here.
A Rokon would do this trail because we got to do the trail today, and a Rokon would be just ideal.
Yep.
You could just like nothing. You'd have no issues with that.
Yep.
And it doesn't. That little light fan motor doesn't seem to use hardly any fuel.
And that's what's nice.
We don't
Yeah.
have anything that I have had fun on this trail.
Well, you like the Tundra on the trail and the Scandic. You like the wintertime.
I like the winter.
The trails,
I like the go anywhere season.
right?
like
Unfortunately, our trails
4 weeks.
we've got about a mile, and depends which trail you take. The upper trail is about a mile, and the lower trail is about a mile and a quarter, and it's all roots. So it's constant, movement and bouncing. And the Kodiak was here when we got here, and it's a solid axle. So
Oh.
Zeus,
Well then.
one moment. There's my phone again. Get your butt in the house. Stop opening the doors.
He's smart. Zeus.
There, you want to open it that time? Now we're locked out.
No, you're right. No, we're
Somebody's
not. The
climbing,
door, the
somebody's
handles
climbing
are-
down.
Matt
handles
says
are
Sarah needs her side by side.
Actually,
Yeah.
Sarah, side by side
I am.
from these folks.
And
Yep.
it's gonna work.
Yep.
It's
It'll-
gonna work.
It'll work. Yeah, it's going to be a
You may have to come up and help work on the trails a little bit. That's fine.
The
The-
trails actually with the full
the lower
independent suspension, it
trails-
should be fine.
The
Yeah.
lower is smoother
In places.
in places.
The problem with the lower trail is when it's rough, it's like this.
And
you will
it's
be
the bridges.
Yeah, you'll be
They're
shocked
too
with that
narrow.
side by side how smooth
Mhm.
that really is.
Well, when we first got up here, we took out
The
the
Kodiak.
Kodiak. I mean, it was, and I went and told Aurora Dora,
Mhm.
I don't like riding on a wheeler. She said, "Oh,
Zeus
that's
wants to join."
impossible.
He bounces too much.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves a wheeler. I love taking out the wheeler." And a few weeks later, we bought a different wheeler.
We bought a Can-Am Outlander Max 500. The problem with the Kodiak was it's a solid rear end. So if you picture a car going down the road, you hit a bump, you feel the whole bump. With an independent suspension, if it goes up over here, if you're going fast, the mistake most
It's
people
not
make
bad.
with an independent suspension is they go slow. So you're going to feel every rise. If you're
Every
going a little
rise, every
faster,
bump.
it smooths out with an independent suspension.
It does indeed. But I went back and I told my friend, it turns out that it's not wheelers I don't like.
It's
It's
ours.
our wheeler on our trail.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No, but the side by side, that's a 2021
Yeah.
Kawasaki T-Rex.
Yeah.
800.
Yes, I took
Yeah.
that out, no problem.
Yeah, she drove that down and out of Phyllis's house, and then she's like, "Oh, it's like a car."
Yeah.
It is.
A little
really
car.
is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, my last car before the truck was
Prius.
a Prius.
It's about the same size.
It's about the same
It's actually a little
size.
bit- The Prius was good. We went
Gas
down.
mileage.
A lot of you know I was a shipwright for a long time, and I have one client, and he's like, "Hey, you need to go look at a boat for me." So we drove down to Marathon, I think it was,
Yeah, I think it was Marathon.
to Marathon and back on $20 worth of gas.
Yeah.
And my truck, I would have burned about $100 in fuel.
Yeah.
So
It rode fine.
those little cars have a reason.
Yes,
Right.
indeed.
And like even my Forerunner versus any of the other pickups,
Yeah.
I've gotten lost in Anchorage, and you just you turn around. Where
Yes,
if it was
I
the
love
other
it.
pickups, you got
Yeah, no.
a quarter mile later,
yeah.
you turn around.
You can turn around a Prius in a 4-way turn.
Yep.
I can't too with
Just
the
drive it.
F-150. I just got to give it a punch.
Go
Whip it around. Take that traction
around.
control off.
Can't do that with our truck now.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
Burning some rubber, but it's all right.
Mm.
All right. So AFJ says it was a 1520, so it's 1500 cc.
So 6 carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, flat 6 boxer engines. Those are notoriously well balanced.
Yes.
They're
Mm.
very smooth, very well balanced.
Hence why Porsche likes the boxers
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, absolutely.
and VW.
Mhm.
And Matt at AK says, or get an Argo. Ray has
No.
made me want one.
No,
Ah,
Argos are extremely rough riding.
yeah.
And
This
they're
trail
loud.
is not
Not good for rough riding.
No.
The swampy stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Up but it's more for like the thing because you have miles of swamp to cross.
Yes.
It's gonna cross it.
And the problem with Argos, they're 3 to 4 times what size.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
the biggest fanciest Argo right now I think is like $48,000.
48,000.
which
I've had houses cheaper than that.
$48,000.
And they have bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
$48,000. I could buy a fleet of wheelers and put up here.
Okay,
But we
so
need a new garage.
we've got Onto It Aussie says.
Hey,
Hello,
Onto It
Alaska.
Aussie.
This is Evie
Hi.
from sunny Australia. How you doing?
Yay.
Good to see you onto it.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's winter down there.
Raised in Alaska's here too. Have they been
Hurrah.
here the whole time? I can't remember.
said-
No, I don't think so.
Sounds like we're glitching a little bit.
Oh no.
Who's saying that?
Raised in Alaska says your video and sound are glitching. Maybe it's on my end. Or maybe it's because we've had a few drinks and maybe we're glitching.
We might be glitching.
Could
yes.
be.
It might be us.
Could be.
Onto It Aussie says, no, it's glitching in Australia too. Seashell B, a bit glitchy for me as well. Onto It Aussie. Hello from Clint Gilchrist.
We're just glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the flooring on the porch.
Starlink launched 52 more satellites today. And
Good.
it looks like
Wow.
they went into a polar orbit. Should help you guys out. I hope so.
Ooh.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'll
That'd be
probably take
nice.
them a little bit to come online, but
I'll get a hold of John tonight. He'll because he's got a way to track him. He's next Army.
John in Alaska.
No, friend of mine out of
John.
Florida.
Oh,
He knows somebody or a way to track it, so he's really going.
We seem to have a
He's my-
tree in our way.
Yeah, that tree is part of the problem.
Yeah.
That tree and one of
Because
the ones over there.
You can watch the satellite,
Move.
not the satellite, but the tracker thing.
So
The
on,
dish.
Onto It Aussie says, can't hear a thing, but you all seem to be having fun.
I
I'm sorry if you can't hear anything.
wish you were having fun too, Ozzy.
Let's see. Raised in Alaska. Love Argos, but the trail don't sound like my Argo would like it.
No.
They wouldn't.
No. When you have tree roots coming out of the ground 3 to 6 inches,
Yeah.
you're not gonna like it on a Nargo, dude. It is way too rough.
Yeah.
And
Way
then there
too
are
rough.
3 roots all tangled up and a drop
Yeah.
this far.
The upper trail is what we
It's
came
awful.
up when we came up to the house from the tracks today, and I actually got stuck coming up one spot, and Adam was helped me try to get up, and I actually had to back up and take a little bit different of a route. You know where I'm talking about? The one spot where we get stuck with the damn snow machine.
Every time.
No, we don't get stuck every time
Well,
with the machine,
Not
but
every time, but
that's the area
every
where
time we get stuck.
our first winter here.
Forest mulcher on the front of a 299 cat skid steer with
Yes.
steel tracks, and we would just smooth it right out.
Oh yeah.
But my fear is those roots are attached to trees. that are
Trees, so the
standing.
trees are going to
And
be.
if we cut all the roots off, then we'll have trees all over the trail
Right.
instead.
Well, I'll take them down. That's
Yeah,
fine.
well,
we can do that.
We need the firewood. It's all state land.
Yeah,
I
but
can do
we
that
had
too.
2 trees go down across trails this spring.
Yeah, during the spring after the snow
During the
melted,
spring after the
Yeah.
snow
they
melted.
just fell.
Well,
Boom.
and there's a fresh one down today.
That's the one. It's
Yeah.
actually, if you watch that my latest critter video,
Mhm.
you actually see it fall in the
In the
my
critter
camera was
video.
attached to it.
Did it make a
Oh.
sound?
No, the camera don't sound.
Uh,
My-
see,
my
so
dash
it
cam-
doesn't make a
It's
sound.
down in
if
the forest. If there's nobody there to hear it.
My trail cams are really old. I need new trail cams. I just don't have the time or the money to buy them.
If a tree falls in the forest.
Oh, it's silent.
Can you guys hear us now? Hello?
Can you hear
Hello?
me now?
How about now?
Love Argo. Okay, we already seen that one.
Mhm.
Valve cover. I must be missing something on that. That's from AFJ.
Not sure.
That says, okay, speaking of John, he posted a video. Yeah, I made it. I
No,
said something,
good.
I think in a loans video that he was going to post a video sometime soon. I talk with John on Facebook on not on a regular basis, but every couple, maybe a week or so, I'll get a hold of him on Facebook, make sure he's okay. John is a really nice guy. I've yet to meet him in person, but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I've met him.
Have you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. John's awesome.
Ah,
He's in his dog. Oh my God.
Aurora?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But be prepared to just pet that dog because he needs a lot of love.
Aw.
What do you got next?
What's odd to it Ozzy say? Yeah, Matt, he bought a new
joint.
joint. We smoking now?
And
He looks well.
Knee joint?
it's a
hip joint?
beautiful spot. So a new place.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Mountain Mariner, you're in and out at times. Raised in Alaska. By the way, raised in Alaska. I love your thumbnail picture there. That's awesome.
I can't see it.
He's got a large fish.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that earlier.
It says sound is good now.
Yeah, it's unfortunately we've got a couple of trees that get dropped, and Adam's going to help me drop one of them. That's the biggest offender, and I'm just nervous to cut it because it's in between some buildings. And yes, I grew up on a farm, but I'm not that good of a lumberjack.
Oh. Yeah, I got to skip right ahead to this one. Clint Gilchrist says, if a tree falls in the woods and a man is standing there to hear it, but no woman finds out, is that man still wrong?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Clint, stop it! You're going to get us in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's awesome.
We haven't seen Brun yet. Where's Brun tonight?
Mm.
Yeah.
If you
Brun
Brun sent me a recipe to chocolate cake. I don't know if you saw the short. We were in one of our lives and we were talking about cake and stuff. And then she did a video of her workshop. I mean, it's perfectly organized. I'm ready to hire this woman to come up here and clean and organize for me. And
Because he won't let
she was
me
having
do
coffee and cake in her shop. And I said, that looks good. She sent me the recipe. We tried it. Oh my
is
God.
it good?
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And it's just from scratch.
It's a single
cake.
layer
Oh.
scratch chocolate cake.
Are we having that tonight? Or
No.
Uh,
Did you eat all the flan?
Yes.
I was gonna say
There was
you got some flan, but somebody ate it all.
No, I only ate one.
Okay, so you can have the other one later.
No, it's not there. Somebody else ate it.
There was two and I left, so you must have one in
Really?
your sleep.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus.
Oops.
Zeus can't open the refrigerator yet.
No, not yet. Well, I only saw one this morning.
That's what I was
I must have eaten one for dinner last night and one for breakfast this morning.
Yeah, what's it say?
It's
What's Matt
really
say about
good.
something about 40 years? John's new focus looks like a bit. I can't quite read it, so you're gonna have to read it out.
Mm.
I don't know where you're seeing this.
It's from Matt AK.
Yeah, John's new house looks a bit small. Hope it works well for him. It would be perfect for me, but I'm 40 years younger than he is. So
There's that.
So,
keep it small, keep it simple.
Hey, be careful. I don't think he's 80. Because I think you're about 40, aren't you? I don't know.
Huh,
I think
nothing
you're-
like
I think
calling
you're
him out.
oops.
Ashley Anderson's asking me if I got Bill's chainsaw fixed. Working on it. I actually, when I went over to work on the Rokons yesterday, that's where I needed a particular carbide bit to grind out what was left of the bolt, and I picked that up last night. So this week I got to take it to work because my compressor doesn't put out enough air. So it'll be fixed this week. I promise.
What happened to it? You sure, Bolt?
He twisted off a bolt for the exhaust.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Normally what I would say if you did that on a chainsaw, big deal, just buy a new jug and cylinder. But the particular model chainsaw he's got, the jug and cylinder costs as much as the chainsaw.
Oh, God.
So it's worth it to fix it,
Yeah.
for sure. We're getting behind here.
There's Bill.
How you doing, Bill? On to Adasi is back. Or no, wait. I'm on a tea break. 5 minutes before I go back to chaos.
Oh, Lucy's actually able to get on. Onto it, Ozzy's actually able to get on tonight. Normally they can't get on when they're at work.
Right.
Oh,
That's good. I'm happy.
yeah.
Mountain Mariner, what's for dinner and dessert there tonight?
In
Well,
Australia.
not plan.
In Australia.
Mm.
In Australia.
Why does he say in Australia?
What kind of tea?
Mm.
We're actually going to do moose tonight. I have some canned moose that we're going to have tonight for dinner.
Nice.
Do a little potatoes, a little bit of butternut squash.
Oh, Matt at AK says he's 39. So
So you're 40.
yeah.
39 is the new 40.
He's just a baby.
You're not much younger than us.
Okay.
Don't let the gray beard fool you. That's the pirate in me.
Mentally, you guys still haven't made it past 12.
Right.
Mountain Mariner says, what kind of tea is the most popular in Australia?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not even a tea drinker, so I don't know.
Spilled
I am.
Rob's the tea drinker.
Yeah.
Well, I had a tea company for years.
Oh, yeah.
I still got all kinds of tea here. When I closed up my shop, I did farmers markets for a while after I closed my store, and right before I shut everything down, I did a huge order. The tea don't go bad.
No,
Tea
it
actual
doesn't.
age.
I've got tea from when we were in China.
Yeah. So I've got some aging. I've got green teas. I've got pu'ers. I've got oolongs. I've got black teas. I've got all kinds of stuff.
I have teapots.
That's one of the first things we
Yixing.
noticed about it.
Yeah.
We had in common was we both had a collection of Yixing
Asian
teapots,
teapots.
which is all handmade clay.
Yeah.
Onto it, Ossie and Seashell B say, hello, Bill. And Ashley Anderson says, speak of the devil.
There.
There he
And
is.
Bill, haha, I just joined and heard Ashley's question. Let's see.
Oh, so you're stalking us, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's being a.
You're being sneaky. That's all right, Bill. We don't mind. We
Lots
weren't
of-
saying anything bad.
No.
Yeah.
Don't let him watch the replay.
Right.
Right. We'll delete that. And lots of people saying hello to each other. That's awesome.
Nice.
No round, Matt at AK, no rounding errors here. I'm not an old fogey yet.
Yeah. Keep fighting it. Just
Yeah,
keep fighting
Keep
it.
fighting it.
Bill over at Alaska Last Frontiers Homestead says, hit the like button, everybody.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
Yeah,
you.
heck
Bill.
yeah.
Wait a minute.
What?
And share it out if you
Let me
can.
make sure. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Okay. Clint Gilchrist. I don't even remember being 39.
That means you still are
remember.
39.
Not sure if I'm going to murder this pronunciation, but is it Higgy Homestead? Hello from
Hi.
Hooga Homestead. I may be killing that. I'm sorry if I did.
Yeah, sorry. Good to see you in here.
All right.
Let's see. Onto it, Ossie. I know you would have Ashley, but just to be sure, Ashley Anderson. My daughter received some brick tea as part of her graduation present.
Brick tea is it's gonna be a form of pu'er tea, which if it's aged right, it can be really nice. And some black teas do come pressed. Depends on the logos and the aging of it. But it's usually going to be a pu'er, which is aged.
Matt at AK says, I see 13 viewers and 13 likes. Good job, fam.
Yay.
I see 15 viewers on ours.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe he's a little bit off like he is with his age.
Sorry, you guys walked into happy hour here, so
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Mhm.
let's see.
Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead says, I literally got home, sat down, logged into live, and the first thing I heard was Ashley asking about my chainsaw.
How do you hear
Aw.
words
I
that's
know.
written?
I'm guilty. Okay. So
Nice.
apparently it's Hooga
Hooga.
Homestead.
Hooga Homestead. Okay.
Okay.
Good to
Awesome.
know.
Thank you.
Well, welcome.
Yes.
Ashley Anderson. I do rain dances as well, Bill. Hey, stop
Excellent.
doing them around anything to do with Willow, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alaska
yeah.
period right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
We need to dry out
absolutely.
some.
We need a little dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blame that on the Gnomestead because every time I tried to go out there for about a week and a half, it started raining.
Oh boy.
I'm blaming you, Dave.
Mhm.
Oh, yes. Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead says thanks at Ashley Anderson. And I see 15 now also.
Woohoo.
Onto it, Aussie. I can't hear a thing today and breaks over. Although I've got no boss today and doing double duty, I should take an executive break.
There you go.
Yeah,
Gee.
absolutely.
Hey, we got 4 votes here for that.
Matt at AK. I'm a blonde, so blame the hair color.
Oh.
I tried. I don't get away with it.
Well, see,
Yeah.
but then we got this one here.
It's not blonde.
No, it's a
No?
Q-tip. That's a term.
Oh.
That's a term from Florida. Oh, I'm out of here.
What? Rob's sleeping alone tonight.
I'm gonna be at Susan's house tonight.
Yeah.
Looks like happy hour may be ending soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get thrown off the porch.
And it's second story.
Uh-huh.
That's a long ways down.
A long way down.
Ira says, hi, Ashley. And Clint Gilchrist says, at Onto It, Aussie, have fun at work.
Which Ira was it?
Ira
It's on our handbreaker.
Oh, so he's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Treat. They are back. I don't know.
I'm glad you liked the pecan video, Ira. Try it,
Yeah.
especially because you do you buy your nuts or do you have them growing around you? Make sure they're roasted first before you try to candy them.
Mm.
Oh, here's a good one. Matt at AK says, "Ooh, Rob's getting murdered tonight." Somebody may be bear bait.
I was sleeping with one eye open.
Uh-huh.
Next week, if there's only one of us here, then
She know how to video edit.
I'll teach her.
Yeah.
Bill over at Alaska Last Frontier Homestead is throwing out some links.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
that.
much.
Mhm.
Let's see who's got you got your link, and he's got Huga.
Yep.
I can't see any. This is onto it
And
Aussies.
gone to it Aussie. I'm wrapped in PPE most. Ooh. I hope it's not warm like it is here.
Yeah.
Because I have done
Oh, that
that,
hurts.
and that
PPE.
personal protective
Protection. Yeah.
equipment.
Okay. Yeah.
So depending on what it is, it could be a
Oh,
mask
wow.
and a suit.
Yeah.
That makes
Oh, the
the-
whole Helly
Yeah.
Hansen with
Well,
the-
see, there's a
And the-
remedy
yeah.
to that in heat. There's a company down in Florida. When I was doing a lot of bottom jobs, a lot of fiberglass work, they actually make one that's air conditioned.
You-
It runs off a portable air conditioner. It's
Yeah.
ducted in, and let me tell you, it works very well.
Yeah, that didn't happen in the milk.
The other
plants.
fix is to get a job in AC. That would,
I couldn't do it. I own the company. I couldn't do that.
and Clint Gilchrist is checking in on Rob's sanity there, and it says he's going to be sleeping with Zeus tonight.
Indeed. Zeus's bed is really small.
Uh-huh.
Matt at AK says, "Rob, hope there's a bed in a chicken coop."
No, but you know what? We have a third cabin,
Right.
and it's cool.
Oh, it was chilly.
It was nice and
Yes,
cool in
it
there.
was cool.
It
in
was
there.
cool, and there's a bed in it.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And some mosquitoes. But that's
And
fine.
mosquitoes.
Yeah, I go with swatter.
Mhm. On to it, Aussie says, "Thanks, Bill." And Ira Handworker says, "Love the pecan video, and they have 5-year-old trees by my home."
Oh,
Awesome.
very nice. Very
Ooh.
nice.
Yum.
Heck yeah.
We had some wild ones that were somehow got seeded along the Peace River down in Florida. And in the fall, I used to actually take my canoe and I'd start up in Arcadia by where my mom lived, and I'd float down the Peace River down to Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda area, which is about a 30-mile run.
Mhm.
And by the time I get back, I had probably about 5 or 6 gallon bucket or 5-gallon buckets of pecans in my canoe.
Mm.
Wow.
And I'd go home and I'd roast them.
Yum.
From that video, that was before I discovered them. That video is actually about 13 years old.
He doesn't look that young anymore.
Well, you can't see me in the video.
Oh, I
Just
think
as well.
we're
Oh, I
equaling out
think
over
Somebody's
here.
on the edge of the porch. Ready?
My hair is getting addicted.
She's getting her dicks.
Mm. Alaska Last Frontier Homestead is putting out his link, which is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he says Aliaskan Valdez has some air-conditioned PPE suits with respirators.
Yep.
Ah.
Nice. On to it, Aussie says, have a great night all. Back to
Oh.
work.
Good night.
Sorry.
See you next time there on
See
To It
ya. Thank
Aussie.
you for joining.
Look forward to your next video.
On to it, Aussie also says, I'm coming there, Bill. ...
Mm.
Not sure that could be a threat.
Uh-huh.
JR says, I planted a money tree a while back, but nothing yet.
Right. Yeah.
I think their germination period is about
That's
90
really
years.
long.
Right.
Yeah.
Longer than our own lifespan.
Yep, just past your lifespan. Ira Handworker
Oh,
says
yeah.
we'll send
we got
pecans to you in
dust.
October.
Ooh.
Awesome.
I will redo the video. How's that? I will make an updated video.
Oh, yes.
I'm doing it
do.
over a wood fired.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Raised in Alaska says
Maybe
your
his
sound
redemption.
is glitching again.
Uh-oh.
Man in AK says 13 years ago. No wonder you sounded different
Yeah.
in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was just a puppy then.
Well, 13 years ago was what, 37?
Carolina Kid 73 says hello all.
Hey,
Hi.
Matt.
Carolina kid.
Mac, you can't see your house from the trail. The Carolina Kid is Mac. That's my friend that bought the
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Hey,
What
Matt.
a cute little place.
It is
Oh, my
so
goodness.
cute.
Well,
He's got the cutest place on the street.
no, we don't. We do.
Well,
No, yours is elegant. His is cute.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
It's a nice looking place for sure.
It is.
Now we'll
It's
go
very
over.
nice.
We'll take a walk over tomorrow, Mac, and check it out. Make sure everything's good. Last time I went by, the bare boards were knocked off the front porch. I will bring my screw gun down and make sure it stays down there secure. And make sure it's all good. I bet you're ready to get up here. You've got about
yeah.
6.5 weeks until you get up here again. I got a text from Mike. Mike's back at his place and his batteries are dead. So I'm probably gonna have to wind up going over and helping him set up some batteries sometime in the next week or so. Mike is the old owner. He bought a place in Chase over by Larson Lake.
Okay.
And it's a long
Alaska Last
Right.
Frontier Homestead says, Adam, when are you and Modern Homestead Alaska going to team up and fix your road? Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. It's currently underwater
Yeah.
for about
Yeah,
300
You
feet.
do
Yeah.
not want to dig that up right now, or
Oh,
it'll
boy.
just be.
Yeah.
mud.
It'll be soup.
With
No, it'll be gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be gone. With
might-
our road,
Washed away.
we can put in a couple of culverts and we can take care of the real low flooding, like the just minor levels. But no matter what, when we get the kind of rain in the thaw, because there's still snow up in the past that's
Yeah.
happening right now,
Yeah.
the road's gonna get water over it. So I don't mind as long as it requires yearly maintenance to the road.
Yep.
You have to bring in dirt, you have to replace it, you just have to stay on top of it. If you let it go too long, you're going to get what we had last year, and that was an
bad.
absolute washout.
Yep.
So I don't think we can fix it, but we can maintain it and try to keep it up a little bit better.
That's all you can do is keep working at it. It's just like our trails here. And
Oh.
we might pull up 5 routes and there's going to be 2 more coming in.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Clint Gilchrist says at JR, let me know if you find the secret to make it grow.
Right.
He is referring to that
The money tree.
Mm.
I had a couple down in Florida. They never fruited.
No.
Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead is throwing out the link there for
Raised
Raised in
Alaska.
Alaska. Carolina Kid says thanks.
Ready to get up there?
Nice. Ashley Anderson, I hear the gold leaf variety of the money tree is a better return on investment.
Right, but they are very rare.
Yeah, they're
very
extremely rare.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't grow here, just in Washington.
DC.
and there might be strings attached to
Nice.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah.
strings
Yeah.
attached.
Yeah. Clint Gilchrist is saying hello to Carolina Kid. And Carolina Kid is saying yes, 6 weeks
Nice.
till he's up here.
Good. Well, we'll be looking forward. Let me know if you're going to need me to bring down the wheeler and the trailer to help you get stuff up to the house. Are you going to be doing
Yeah.
a Tundra truck shipment? I see a 3-way video working on your road.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean the other neighbors on that road have been really good. They helped out a lot last year because when it washed out, I spent $2,000 just on loads of dirt and stuff to put in the hole. My boss actually donated a Caterpillar D3,
Good.
and I donated a day's worth of labor to put it all back together, and we're making improvements. It's just honestly, we're the first people to live full time at the end of that road. Everyone else has just been, once, twice a year, come up and visit sort of cabins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Major holidays like what was it, Memorial Day? The one neighbor was up there.
Yeah. So, and that's how a lot of places are up here. But then you get some dummies like us that decide we want to live in Willow,
Just live there.
and I don't know. I like it.
Willow's not bad. We
It's
enjoy
not-
Willow in
it's
the winter.
cute.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 2 of our favorite coffee shops there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got the dog,
Yep.
and we like the Raven.
Raven.
Yep.
We like the Raven Lunatic. They have good muffins.
The Trailside Cafe. If you're ever
Yes.
if you're ever in Willow and you haven't eaten there, it's before you actually get into
That's the
Willow.
dog kennel.
Oh, you've
I've stayed there
You've
a
stayed
bunch
there.
of times.
Wow.
I've gotten to know Cal and Carrie quite well. Amazing Airbnb, and the food is damn good.
And I didn't
Yeah,
go
the
out
food
from
is-
September to March.
September
No,
till
to May.
March.
May.
Till May.
Yeah.
So he was out eating in restaurants and I was eating at home.
Matt says, let's all move to Copper Landing. No.
Oh.
Copper Landing?
Yeah, the fish in there is good. I really want to go dip netting there this year. We recently purchased a 6x6, the Polaris 570, hoping that we can get back on some of those trails to do the dip netting. I don't know if it'll happen. I'd really like to. I know next week we're heading to the Russian and we're gonna try flossing. So I hear the Reds are on fire down there.
I hope they move up this way soon.
Yeah, to get into the Reds or some big silvers would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that
just,
would be
see, for me to
really
make
good.
those long trips, it's hard because I don't want to leave Sarah here by herself for that long.
Yeah.
And
right.
it's hard for us both to leave for any kind of time period because of the chickens, and we have to worry about the bears.
Right.
Granted, the bears haven't been as bad this year as they were
No.
last year, but you know
Well,
that's just one day away. Where you
yeah,
know
but
we
down
might
by
wake
the
up tomorrow,
track.
we could have 3 sitting in the front yard for all we know.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
last
just part
time
of being
I went out of town, there were 3 bears down by the trail. And
Trapper Creek,
it
actually,
was tough.
one of the places that actually first caught Sarah and I's eye was in Trapper Creek.
It was
It's
really
not
cute.
a bad area. You got to kind of watch the areas you buy in. There is a lot of marshland over there.
Mhm.
Not everywhere, but there is. There are some properties that have property line disputes and easement
Yes.
disputes.
Easements.
And that was part of the problem with one of the cabins we looked at over there. We loved
We
the
really
cabin.
liked it. It was so
Um,
cute, but
It was
easement.
already all set up, but there was an easement issue about getting access to property. We
Yeah.
had to pass through somebody else's property.
It shared a driveway.
It shared a driveway, and they didn't want people passing through. And I don't know what happened in the long run because actually another person we know was trying to buy it. He closed on the property south of us at the
Right.
same time we closed on this one, and he gave up on that property because of
Because
the
he
issues.
couldn't make a deal either.
So the big thing is that here in Alaska, the big thing you got to do is you got to step foot on the
You
property
do.
in summer.
Mhm.
Winter time, it
Yes.
don't matter. It's frozen.
Doesn't matter.
You
It's
need
all
to step
frozen
foot-
and it's gorgeous. Almost everything is gorgeous.
You
in
got to
winter.
step foot on the property in
In
summertime.
summer.
Because if you walk up to a property in the wintertime, it might look great when it's under snow.
Mhm.
But when
But
it
you can't
thaws
tell
out,
what's under there.
if you've got 6 feet of muskeg, you're not going to want to be around it because you're going to have mosquitoes galore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we've seen properties when we were looking for houses up here too that it looked amazing in the winter, but every one of these little piles of snow that you see in the yard
Mhm.
actually concealed like 7 bags of garbage. Or a
Yes.
snow machine that hasn't run in 34 years,
Right.
or what's left
Or a
of an old
stump.
Dodge Omni. It's, I mean,
Yeah,
not the
right.
Omni.
yeah, I mean, you could be buying a junkyard with a decent looking house on it. So
Right.
you,
Right.
if you don't see it in the summer and you only get winter
Yeah.
pictures, I'd avoid it.
Yeah, definitely. You have to step foot on the property here.
I think that was the problem. One of the things about the place in Healy we were
Yes.
Oh,
going to look
Healy.
at.
We there's a nice piece of property in Healy. We that really caught our eye.
Really cute little
It was about
houses, 2
half-
cabins.
It was probably about half the price of this place, roughly.
Mhm.
And it had, I think it was almost 40 acres.
Mhm.
But the problem is you had this cute little cabin here,
Where are you at?
and then there was another section over here where
It's what's in between.
right, nobody gives us any information on how close the property. They wouldn't even show us the property. They just wanted us to buy it.
You're right.
And I will not buy property sight unseen.
No, and don't.
Let's see. Yeah, Matt, I got you. I know it's Cooper, not Copper.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bill is
Copper's
saying,
north.
yeah,
Mhm.
Bill is saying, Adam, I'll go dip netting with you. That'd be 2 6-wheelers. I
Ooh.
will let you know when we go.
I'll run behind you.
Yeah,
I'm
sounds,
still pretty quick for my age.
sounds like you've answered Ashley's questions about Trapper Creek.
Yeah.
Raised in Alaska is saying the Russian is heating up. I was there yesterday and there was a lot of fish in the water, and that's what I've been hearing too. It sounds like people are going out and they're getting their limit in like 2 hours.
Wow.
And one of the guys at work asked me about doing a suicide run. And a suicide run is, okay, I work till 5 and I get in my truck and I drive 3 hours to go to the Russian. I catch my limit. I go to sleep. I wake up at midnight. I catch my limit again. And then I drive back and go to
Oh.
work.
Wow. So you get 2 days.
You get 2 days
And a
worth
day,
because you
yeah.
crossed midnight.
Ooh,
But
ooh.
yeah, but
Oh,
the
I
sleep time.
exhausted.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't want him to come home after
Oh,
that.
I-
He's gonna be
yeah.
crabby.
Yeah, I think I'd be
Oh.
wrecked. So what we want to do
Yeah.
is leave after work
Mhm.
and then fish right away and then do whatever. And then after midnight, get up again, fish again,
Mhm.
and then go home. But then go to
Right.
sleep
Yes.
and recover for the
Recover.
next day.
Yes.
Not to mention, if potentially we both went
Mhm.
and we both got 2 days limits. That's 24 fish that I have to process.
Yes, that's true too, and that's not that easy.
No,
I will be learning.
yeah,
Yeah,
she'll
I
be
can
learning.
do that.
Yeah.
And when we do process them, one of the things we really like is canned fish.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is I want to run them through the smoker and then can a bunch of them
Mm-hmm.
because that
Smoked can, I mean, it's double preservation.
oh, it's so good.
and it's yummy.
Just delicious. Yeah, I mean, you can eat it on crackers. You can eat it right out of the jar. You don't have to even cook it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What you got, Phyllis?
Oh, wasn't Trevor Creek flooded when Susitna flooded? I don't know. I don't think we were here.
I don't
know. But I don't get out much. I mean, really.
I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
And I hadn't heard.
Russian's heating up. Matt says his sister-in-law's dad is up here fishing right now.
Mm.
Nice. Hopefully he's doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Clint asks, do y'all have any problems with hawks trying to get the chickens? Well, both of us have enclosed coops.
Yes, we have the cover over the top, everything reinforced.
Yeah.
For one,
Pretty
that way
darn
they can
pretty.
go out in the winter because our chickens don't want
Our-
to go out in the snows. But if you have that cover,
They'll
Right,
go out.
they'll
They'll
go
go
out. And,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they like it in the snow.
We have
Our
not
chickens
seen.
go out all year.
Yeah, we have not seen a fox close to the house. What we have seen here is lynx,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waiting to see him get a little closer.
Did
Yeah.
he say hawks or fox?
She said
Hawks.
hawks.
Oh,
That's
hawks!
what I
I
thought.
thought you said fox.
Yeah. No,
It is
hawks.
happy hour, so sorry.
Yeah.
There could be some issues.
Misunderstanding.
I haven't seen a fox here, but I've seen hawks.
Yeah.
Of course, Mountain Mariner. By a mountaintop. Not all of us can do that.
We're close.
We would love to.
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah. Anyway, Bill says, my neighbor and I looked at a property in Willow, a large tree lot on a hillside. The whole thing was a swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on a hillside.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look at
Yeah,
the one over here, the next property
Oh,
over.
yeah, right. That's
There's
true.
a sliver of state land between us and the next property. and-
Sliver.
It's 5 acres, and roughly a third of it or more is either steep hill or bog.
Mhm. And the bog is lovely, but
But
you
you
can't do
build on
anything
it.
with it.
No,
You
Look.
can't interfere with it.
unless you want to hatch mosquitoes for
Right.
profit, I guess.
Right.
Wonder if that's where our mosquitoes are coming.
It's
Probably.
possible.
It
Yeah.
is.
Matt says that sounds like so much fun, Adam.
Which part? What did I miss?
What-
I don't know if it was the fishing
Oh,
part,
probably
maybe.
the
Yeah,
fish.
probably the
Fishing
fishing, yeah.
part. That's yeah.
He regularly goes on 4 to 5 hours of sleep.
That's all I usually get at night, pretty much. But
Yeah.
I don't run that well on it, driving and stuff like that. It's
No. That's
Well, that's the problem too. It's also 6 hours of driving in between
exactly in the
work and
middle of
there.
it.
And
Yeah.
It's just
kinda-
too difficult.
I get cranky.
yeah, it makes you want to take a nap. But I don't know.
You don't get cranky, you get fussy.
Wow.
Wait, now I want to hear that from this one. Are you getting fussy?
Mhm.
AFJ, only in Alaska can you fish like that? I think only in Alaska they want to fish like that.
Right.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, in Alaska, a lot of people are really dependent on either fishing or hunting
Or
for their
both,
year
yeah,
supply
for
of
the-
meat.
Yep.
Exactly.
So we kind of do what we have to in order to fill the freezers while you can. Because if you can't go this week and they're not running next week, you're
You're
out of
SOL.
luck.
You're hungry.
You're SOL.
Yeah. So, and moose seasons are a big deal. They're
They are a
a
big
month
deal.
long, but
What?
you may.
Our season in this area,
Yeah.
is on the average 10
What's
to
it?
20 days. That's
Oh.
it. It's
It-
very short.
Well, it really depends on what unit you're in.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, we're in unit 13A here.
13A, yeah.
13E.
Yes, 13A.
Yeah, and we're in 14B, I think.
Yeah.
So it really varies on where you're at. But
Mhm.
and there is fishing styles up here that I have never even heard of.
Right.
The video that we just put out was about snagging reds.
It's not out yet.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
actually out. I thought it was released.
Bleep!
It's not
Oopsies.
released yet.
Oh, anyway,
Coming out at midnight.
yeah, one of the things you could do up here is
Sneak peek.
snagging fish. but only in
But
one
only in-
particular area.
And,
And it's where the salt water meets the fresh, and all of those fish are actually planted fresh because they're from the hatchery. There were no natural reds in that area before they started planting them. So there are some different rules in Alaska for
Yeah.
sure.
So
and
like
you
down in,
can't snag in every place.
No,
no,
no.
camera rock.
Yeah.
Down in Florida, only you can snag down there were mullet. And now mullet's not bad, but it's the only way you can catch mullet is with a snag hook or a net because they're vegetarian.
What's a mullet look like? Like a carp? It sounds like it's definitely a backwoods kind of fish
Yeah,
with a mullet.
it's kind of like that. They're kind of torpedo shaped a little bit. I'll find a photo. They're different, but when you smoke them, they make a really good pate.
Yep.
But
Okay.
most of the time, the roe and stuff like that is shipped overseas, where it brings a high price.
And that's something that's big too now is people are trying to catch the reds so they can gather up the roe so they can make their own egg sacs for silvers later on. Because then you use that to fish with.
Yep, that's what I was using last year to catch silvers with.
Yep.
Okay, so
Until somebody's phone's working because mine doesn't want to work.
wow. Okay, they just raised the limit to 6 fish per day.
Yep.
That's one thing about the regulations here. You can
Gotta watch
hourly almost
Yeah,
Pretty
sometimes.
much.
Mhm.
Thank you for the real estate discussion. I'm still dreaming. Well,
Mhm.
quit dreaming. Get on up here.
Yep.
Yep. But finally, after 2 years of thinking and looking, I finally said to Rob, is this a dream or is this a plan?
Yep.
Yep.
So
It
JR,
was a plan.
I'm gonna read it out loud. Hopefully you can make sense of it. I can cover you 6 with a slug gun from the 4-legged fishing type. Oh, so he's gonna watch our back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's gonna watch you
Okay.
get back against bears.
That is
Yes, that's good.
a
They're the
because-
competition.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of them. I was just hearing a story the other day of a friend that went fishing, and you walk on a boardwalk to get to where you fish, I guess. I've never been there yet. And all of a sudden, there's this whole line of people and not going anywhere. And here
Oh.
is a grizzly bear sleeping right in the middle of the boardwalk.
And tell them what happened.
He actually stepped over the bear and went fishing. He's got more of those things than I do. I'm not doing it.
And less of these things
Yeah.
than you got.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed that he could do that, but after hunting grizzly, there's no way I'm stepping
No
over
way,
any
not
grizzly.
gonna
Nope.
happen.
No.
JR, work. That is a 4-letter word, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
That's
I
why I'm
agree.
retired.
Yeah, not me.
I work now more now than
Oh, yes.
since I retired.
And I'm not dead yet, so I'm still working.
She's working too.
Yes.
Matt
yes, indeed.
says, well, when I'm up there, finally, feel free to come bunk in the cabin for your fishing run down here.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yay.
Look forward to it.
Good.
Heck yeah.
Party at
Mountain
Matt's.
Mariner, right?
Right.
Ooh, happy hour at Matt's.
Ooh, ooh.
Mountain Mariner, 13E is from September 1st,
First to the 20th.
20th.
Yep.
Yep.
We're short.
And one day there was a moose in the backyard.
That was a day after season.
Yeah, it was day after
day-
season open.
Yeah.
One day in the open season, and someone fell down the stairs, made a lot of noise.
Not me.
Not him.
It was that
It
four-legged
was that.
beast in the house. He heard me grab the gun
It
and the
was-
bear bell fell and he came flying downstairs and missed the last flight of stairs.
Made a lot of noise. Moose ran away.
We're all looking to Phyllis to read, so
I know.
Hey, not your strong point.
Not right now.
we got too many
Matt-
of these.
Matt,
we haven't.
Matt AK is snagging what at Raised in Alaska is calling dirtbag fishing. And somebody says Raised in Alaska did a snagging video recently.
Mhm.
Yes,
Probably.
it
It
is.
might be. It's
It could
it's
be.
also, if you've never done it before, go ahead and go there and experience combat fishing for your first
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Well,
No.
that's where, okay, the next one. Lots of weighted treble hooks flying everywhere. Hundreds of fishermen. No thanks. And
Oh, they're using
Mhm.
treble hooks?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
they're
Oh, I
like,
didn't know that.
they're like 10-ounce treble hooks with a 2-ounce weight on it, a lead weight in the center. And I just bought some that are a little bigger.
See, my flossing I've done is just single
This
hook.
is not flossing. This
Okay.
is not
That's
flossing at
straight
all.
snagging.
This is straight snagging.
So they have in the
Wow.
mouth, or it just doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh God, I can do
Really?
that.
Yeah.
That's what we did with mullet.
But you're literally, you have rows that last time we were there were like 500 people, and you'll have a channel that's maybe 20 feet wide.
It's
You're
about this
facing each
wide.
other,
Yeah.
and you're taking turns throwing weighted treble hooks at each other and snagging them through the water. What could go wrong?
I mean,
Um,
for a
Yeah,
while,
there's
You
that.
could be in
kid.
somebody's freezer.
for a
Yeah.
while it was lined up perfectly. You'd have one person here on this side, one person here, so you were offset just a little bit.
Staggered a little bit.
Mhm.
And then pretty soon more people showed up, and it was just like,
See, that does sound like fun.
No.
It was and it wasn't. I
Right.
mean, the only thing I caught was a flounder. So, and it wasn't something I was keeping.
it
but
was,
we saw-
it was kind of a cute and pretty fish at the same
Yeah,
time.
but we saw a lot of people catch fish, and we saw a guy fall in over his head into the river, and then another gentleman caught his hook or caught his line, which had his fish and his rod attached to it. And we got him all reunited.
You're telling the whole video.
Phyllis. But if you want to see the video evidence of that, you can
Yeah,
watch
right.
your upcoming video.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
hey, Bill,
It could
drop
be
the
good.
link.
Yeah.
It could be good.
Okay, so Ed wants to do the fishing, not get fished on accident. Yes.
Mm.
The what?
You
Not
mad.
get fished.
Not get fished.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Ashley Anderson, Ed, I take it you're not into piercing.
Nice.
Okay, so Ed once caught a 1 ounce sinker to the forehead at Mach 5. It
Oh.
actually lifted me off my feet. You weren't,
Oh.
that had been out on the big water though. It couldn't.
Could have been anywhere. I
Well,
mean,
true.
how they don't actually have an ambulance standing by while we're fishing
Right.
to
yeah,
sew
why?
people back together, I don't know. But I didn't see anyone get hurt.
And the
Wow.
weird thing is, and I even said something to Adam about it, the amount of babies and small children strapped to the parents' chests or in little,
Whoa.
I was like, this wouldn't happen down south.
No.
This is in
No, it
Alaska.
wouldn't.
Oh,
the
no.
babies are out there with
People
their
be having a
parents.
fit.
And
Well, yeah.
I'm like, it's not a bad thing, but I would be worried about
I
a
would be
hook to a
worried.
soft spot.
If
That's
it
for
were
sure.
if it were all people who have experience in such things, it would be
Right.
one thing. But if it's a few people who have experience and a bunch of people who like don't,
We did.
Right.
it could be extremely uncomfortable for the baby, and the mother
yeah.
could be furious.
Mm-hmm. We-
So we're kind of scrolling down. JR says, I'd rather charter a boat and get 200 pounds of halibut.
Yeah, but the chance of you getting
Yeah,
that
but-
200-pound halibut, I don't know, is that because the woods it's
200
limited
pounds
to?
of.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's only
okay.
limited to 2 fish, I thought.
It's a limited two, but the
It
one time
usually
that we
goes off
went,
size though.
yeah, but there's kind of slot sizes. You can have like one over 20 something inches and one under.
Mm.
And
Okay.
when we went, I caught an 85 pounder, and then Phyllis caught like 2 under the 20 slot limit, and I ended up catching one of those too. And then we also caught cod. So I mean, by the time we went out, we figured what halibut costs if you buy it in the store.
Right, yeah.
The fish that we brought home actually paid for the trip.
That's pretty good.
And
That's
you shouldn't
very
really
good.
look at it that way. It's about the experience.
It is.
But
But at the same time,
It's also
it is
about
about the money here, too.
the financial side of
Yeah,
me thinks about
yeah.
the money. And
Right.
I absolutely love halibut as far as I'm concerned. It's
Yep.
the best fish out there. Yellow eye is good, but halibut's, oh, that's good.
So Raised in Alaska says that dirt bagging is slang term for sleeping in the back of your truck.
Oh,
Mm.
that
I
makes
did that
sense.
last night.
Yeah, we got that covered.
Yeah. Actually, when we went down to, what's it called? The road in Seward. There's a road where you do the snagging. The Nash Road. That's what it's called. And you go down there and there's the pay to park sites and there's the non-pay to park sites, and every one of them was full of trucks with people sleeping in them, waiters hanging off the back of the trucks, and some beer cans laying around.
Who would do that?
Not me. But it looked like a good time. Maybe we take the RV there next year.
The Yoda. I'm fine for
Okay.
Yoda.
What's the difference between the RV and the Yoda?
The Yoda's the SR5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's her little Toyota 4Runner.
That's your-
Yeah.
Or the RV that's as big as our house.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And that RV is actually quite comfortable, by the way.
Mhm. It's
good.
cute too.
I like the RV. It's just the
It's
6
nice.
miles per gallon is
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
no,
that's
a bit of a
little tricky.
downside.
No.
It had cost us probably $200 each way
Ooh.
to drive it there. So
So Ed at Mountain Mariner,
Mhm.
he got his experience in Florida on a pier, had a baseball sized lump on his head for over a week.
Yeah, I've
wow,
been hit by lead on the
Yeah.
piers down in Florida too. Mostly where brook trout is up there in the Venice Pier.
that doesn't sound fun.
No, everybody was out there shark fishing. One guy trying to get the shark up onto the pier with like a 2-ounce lead, shot up because the line broke below the sinker and come up and hit a couple people.
Oh, a couple people.
Yeah, and it's like you're supposed
look
to
at that.
when you hook a fish.
Let's see.
Okay,
JR.
we'll buy it at a store in Homer.
Yeah, it's true. It's about anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks a pound for halibut. So I figured with what we came home and actually kind of paid for it. What's going on here? Does not appear to be connected. Technical difficulties.
Oh no.
We're
Still
still
working.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're fine.
Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead says halibut tacos.
Ooh,
I have had them.
Mhm.
They are outstanding.
And that was out of
That was out of Whittier.
So we haven't been to any of these places yet.
Really?
We've been to Anchorage.
Yay!
Costco!
That's
Happened to the
halfway.
woman who didn't leave this property for 7 months
Yeah. It sounds
in
like,
a row.
sounds like you guys need to get out.
Could be.
Heck yeah.
We spent our first summer,
Mhm.
2 summers. Is this our no?
It's your second.
Yeah.
Because you guys got here just right
June.
before us.
We
Yep.
got
Yeah.
here in June, so we did nothing, and then
It rained.
Yeah, right.
No, that was the year before. We didn't do anything because we were, for one, we were sick, and for two, we were trying to get stuff set up.
Right.
Yeah.
So we didn't really do anything.
Mhm.
Last summer, we did some stuff,
We did
but
a
we also, outside the house, but we did a
Yeah.
lot of
Mhm.
building and
Yeah, we've
And
been doing
that's
some building.
Been our
That's-
thing is we've been.
I mean,
well,
we
you guys
built
see
the house.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
I mean, it was a shell.
And now this year we feel like, our woodshed's full.
Playtime.
Oh,
It's
God.
time to.
Yep.
And now
Our
we're more
woodshed's
busy than
not
we.
full.
Matt AK says, "Ha! That's the whole reason why I bought an old man shell for my Tundra last month." Yeah, I hear you, Matt. That's what we're using Phyllis's 4Runner for. We haven't taken it on its maiden voyage yet. We were supposed to last weekend, but the weather was outstanding here, so we took the time and got stuff done here.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we'll get it out there.
And my F-150 has a rather large cap on the back.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And
awesome.
I'm getting ready to.
Mhm.
I've got to pressure wash the insides out and stuff like that. And that's like when I got to go in and do fishing. When silver start running up in this area, I'll go in and to my spot and I'll camp in that. And Nomi will probably come with me, and we'll hang out down there and just do days upon days of fishing. And I'll just sleep in the back of the truck. And I've got a 12-volt refrigeration system and freezer. I can just get it gutted up, sliced into fillets, and put it in the freezer, and it's on the ice right then and there.
Matt AK says, "Oh, I love the 4Runner, Phyllis. I've owned 4 of them."
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I do. I miss my fancy new Ford that I had when we moved up here. because of the ride, and it was fancy and it was pretty and all that. But I do love the Forerunner because
They're reliable
it's reliable and I can go kind of anywhere.
anywhere. Yeah.
So
They're going anywhere is nice.
yeah, and it handles our road better than the big truck does.
Clint Gilchrist says, I love halibut. Yummy. I agree.
Yes, definitely.
Well, he better come up here and catch some.
There you go. Ashley Anderson says halibut is the filet mignon of the sea.
That it is.
I do agree.
I prefer cold water fish over warm water fish,
Yep.
unless I'm getting into the grouper.
Yeah, I've never had that.
Grouper, it's
Grouper's nice.
the only other warm water fish that's even better is oh god, that's a brain fart.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god,
Sunfish.
no,
Bluegill.
cobia. Cobia, it's a very firm white meat. You see a lot of fish when you hit it with a fork, it flakes apart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is chunky. You can actually cut it into cubes,
Oh my.
batter it, and fry it, and it doesn't fall apart. And oh my god, the taste! But the grouper is really good. It's more of a fatty fish.
Okay.
But the cobia, you know what a moray is, or a remora?
No.
It's a suction fish that go to the bottom of sharks. They're almost like them. They follow.
They eat those?
No, they're like them. They look like them and all that. But they're called a false shark. They follow other animals and feed off a lot of the scraps. Like if you see a pot of manatees, chances are there's gonna be cobia in it. So you start casting towards the manatee, the other white meat, and you try to.
Now that you've got your manatee, let's preserve it.
But they got anywhere from, I think the limit is size wise like 28 inches at the fork, all the way up to like, I mean, I've seen them up to 6 foot.
Go.
And it's really good meat.
Mountain Mariner is asking, best fish tacos in Alaska. Anyone know a place? The only place I've had them was on, I don't know, right around the pier there in Whittier. And it's also the first fish taco I ever had. The idea of it doesn't really sound appealing to me.
No.
I'm picturing some mushy cod in a taco, and I
Right.
don't want it. But the halibut tacos were really, really good. I cannot remember the name of that place.
And I've heard good things about the taco truck here in town that they supposedly they have a good fish taco. I haven't tried it yet. If I'm going to eat fish like that, I'm usually going to make a good ceviche or something like that. But I don't think I can get some yellowtail snapper up here for that. You guys do ceviche?
I don't know what that is.
Basically, what I do down in Florida, I get like a snapper,
Mhm.
which is a small fish, predator fish, and you basically marinate it in lemon and lime, and
Okay.
the acids cook it. And oh
Wow.
my god,
That does sound
It's-
good.
if I can find some up here, I'll and when I'm gonna be in town, I'll make some up. It takes about 24 hours for it to marinate,
Oh,
Right.
and it's really good.
That does sound good. AFJ says, and this is a pretty good comment, living in Alaska sounds like really living life. Good or bad, it's still good.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
I couldn't
Yep.
agree with you more. The only part that I wish people would remember, even in our videos and in Rob's videos, he's got these beautiful sceneries and all this
It
stuff.
is beautiful.
You have to remember one thing: the absolute beauty of Alaska is also matched by the absolute violence of Alaska. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about bears. I'm
Yes.
talking about moose. I'm
Moose.
talking about the dangers of being on the open water. We hear it every
Mhm.
Monday, the reports of the number of people that were lost in the Puget Sound,
Right.
or the guide in his passenger that disappeared and we're still looking for him, or the plane that was lost in the fog
Mhm.
and we're waiting a week to find him.
Yep.
There's definitely a balance here. The beauty is far more than you'd find in Wisconsin, but you're not going to die of a bear attack in Wisconsin. So it's kind of
the chances of that kind of incident happening here are 10 times higher than Montana,
Mhm.
where somebody just died or was it Montana or Wyoming, where the guy got attacked by the black bear.
I thought it was Montana. The guy got killed.
Yeah.
And partially eaten.
Sitting outside having his coffee in the morning, and the bear
Yeah.
grabbed a hold of him off his front porch and
Off
dragged
his
him
front
away.
porch, yeah.
But
The other
Yeah.
big difference is I don't know about bears across the whole United States, but I will say in Wisconsin, black bears they were like squirrels. They were just whatever. There's a black bear. Nobody ever cared, and they never
Yeah.
caused a problem except they'd wreck some crops and dig
Well,
up your garden.
It would
In
lay down in the
Alaska-
corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Adirondacks, the bears. I can remember on my first honeymoon, sitting in a Volkswagen Bug at the dump in Inlet in the Adirondacks, and the bear was right there
hmm
with a pane of window glass between me and the bear.
And a VW window glass is not less strong.
Right.
Not all that thick either. No.
And that was the smallest bear that was at the dump.
Okay. Up here, the black bears,
It
you
was a
almost
black
need to
bear.
fear them a whole lot more than the brown bears.
Yeah.
Because most
Well,
there's two types of incidents up here. One is the black bears chasing women in particular and killing them and eating them, or hunters getting in between a sow and her cubs.
oh, don't do that.
Either one of those experiences is going to get you stitches at a minimum.
Yeah, and that's the situation that Sarah and I had 2 weeks
Oh,
ago
Lord.
going down to the train tracks, where we come across a sow with 2 older cubs, and luckily
Well, luckily they were older.
She wasn't as protective over those older cubs as she would have been newborns.
Mhm.
Where the one cub went up the tree, and the other one went chasing after her after I shot at him. And I let them go at least probably 150, 200 yards before we started moving again.
Yeah.
But had that been a baby, there would have
It would
been
have
there
been
would have been
trouble.
blood. There would have been blood. There would have been a bear on the ground, and there would have been 2 orphan babies,
Mhm.
which I'm not a fan of doing.
No.
I hunt. I hunt to feed myself, Sarah, Zeus, whatever.
yeah.
I don't like killing it, just for fun of it. That's not my
and
personality.
I had Zeus. We were walking. I had Zeus on a leash, and he wanted to go that way, and I wanted to go that way,
Yeah.
and the bear wanted to go this way.
Yep.
Thank heaven.
What do you got?
Yeah, Zeus was heading home.
Oh, JR said 2023 for runners are 40K plus. Well,
Woo.
ours
Yeah.
is not.
No,
No.
Phyllis's is a 1995 and with about 220,000 miles on
95?
it. 95, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Why
the
is
only
it so new?
reason that I bought that was the gentleman that I bought it from. All he worked on was Toyota 4Runners. He had some weird thing in his head about working on 4Runners. And he had purchased this. And usually if you buy them around those mileage, they've got a blown head gasket. It's like a guaranteed thing. So he actually removed the motor, new pistons, new rings, new mains, and new main bearings, and all the gaskets, and reinstalled it, and it was mint shape. So
Mm.
that's why we bought this one. It's been great.
Guys, we're gonna have to cut this short here soon.
Oh,
I don't have a plug up here, and my battery's down to 7%. So
Oh.
we'll go a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna have to get out of here. I just seen the thing pop up. But
So Matt's favorite forerunner. Oh, Clint says catfish is the best. Matt AK says his favorite forerunner was the last one in 2008 Sport with legendary 4.7 liter V8.
I didn't know they put the 4.7 in a 4Runner.
I don't know. I like the old Dell 22s.
Yeah, they're both good. I just didn't know they put the V8 in that.
Yeah.
That's a good motor.
Bill asked Rob, did you ever have fresh tuna? I had some that was caught about 2 hours prior to cooking.
I'll send you some pictures, Bill. When I used to sail down to the Dry Tortugas, we used to fish the whole way. We'd leave our harbor around 6 o'clock at night, and by the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, my line would go in the water, and by noon, my freezers were usually full. I've got pictures of me just flaying tunas out with it, where the fillets are like this, and I'm just eating it raw, rinsing it off in the water, and just popping it in my mouth, and it just melts in your mouth. It's bluefin.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
It's not like what you buy in the can.
No, it
that
is
says
nothing
Phyllis.
like what you buy at a can red store. It's just amazing.
Okay. Well, we're, like Rob said, we're getting pretty low here on the power. So I'm going to burn through some comments here a little quicker than normal.
Thank you, Adam.
Mountain Mariner says, I haven't really had exceptional fish tacos in Alaska. Try Whittier. That's the only advice I've got. Matt AK says, we had a black bear in Utah a number of years ago. take a kid out of his tent in the canyon near my
Mhm.
house.
Mm.
So it'll happen even
It'll
here.
happen. Yeah.
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 It's a scary thing.
Yep.
JR has a very good point. Any bear that has tasted human flesh is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why up here, even if it's between a sow and cubs, and that's the reason why you got attacked, they will usually euthanize the bear
Mhm,
because of
mhm.
what she has just experienced.
Yep.
She's going to be more prone to do it again.
Yep.
Let's see.
Everybody's
Ma-
saying good night.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Matt AK, does it have the 3 slow V6 in it? You bet it does. It's got like 10 more horsepower than the 22 RE, but it's been reliable. So, and the fuel economy is terrible too. Yeah.
I think he just can't trust me with high horsepower.
Oh, that could be.
That's what he's afraid of.
Yeah. Matt had an issue with his 94, lost compression in a cylinder. It can happen. Raised in Alaska says, good evening, folks. Have a great one. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
Thank you
joining
for
us.
coming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Alaska's Last Frontier says, have a great evening or weekend, Adam and Phyllis. Matt AK, yeah, they put the 4.7 in them from 2003 to 2009.
Did
Thank
not
you.
know that.
Have a great weekend at Curmudgeon from Alaska's Last Frontier. Ashley Anderson, grown and raised in Alaska.
Wow.
Ira Handworker. Good night, y'all.
Good
See ya,
night.
Ira.
Good night, Ira.
Clint Gilchrist. Hope everyone has a great evening. Once again, it was nice talking to everyone. Until next time, stay safe, my friends. You too.
You too.
You too. Ashley Anderson says good night, Ira. Ashley says good night, Clint. JR, night, y'all. See you Monday night live with Ira. Seashell B, good night, everyone. Chat was great. Nice to see Adam and Phyllis too. Thank you, Seashell B.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Matt,
Yes.
Yep.
we appreciate you all. Matt AK, cheers, fam. See you on the next one. And AFJ, enjoyed the evening with y'all. Good night. Ashley Anderson, good night, everyone. And with that,
We're out of here.
Good
You
night,
guys have a
everyone.
great night.
Good
We'll
night,
see you
all.
next Monday. And don't forget to check out our videos and make sure you check out theirs if you already have them. Please. And make sure you check out Bill too, because he's been in here moderating. Y'all have a
Good
great
job.
night, and
Thank
we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
love you. Bye.
Where's the damn button? Oh.
Nice. Just wait a minute. It'll go down on its own.
Right.
I had to be a smart ass.